Greetings, Earthlings. So, we're going to continue to talk about our gut health because what I've realized is so many people don't think about how important healing the gut is to overall healing of the body. Literally, if you focus on healing your gut, you will be surprised at how many other issues will improve in your life just from healing your gut. Because, like I said in previous videos, the gut is the second brain. They say that for a reason. It's like a second nervous system. It has so many neurons in the gut that are very comparable to what's going on in the brain. So if you're dealing with issues that cause you to have anxiety, depression, any kind of brain fog, and especially the obvious issues like Crohn's disease or indigestion, acid reflux, or just constantly having an upset stomach or diarrhea or constipation. If you really just focus on healing your gut, you will be surprised at how much of that stuff will get eliminated. And so I've been speaking a lot about herbs for the gut because it takes more than just changing the way you eat. It really has to become a lifestyle change. And that means no going back. You can't do a change. You can't do a 30 or 60 or 90-day fast long enough to see the results of what you've been working on. And then once you start feeling better, go back to the lifestyle that you had that got you in that position, because those symptoms and those issues, they're just going to come up again. So I always like to encourage people to incorporate herbs with their diet. So if you're eating like a raw food diet would be ideal for healing. But if you're having certain issues, like some people that deals with like Crohn's disease, for example, then raw food might be a little bit too harsh, or irritable bowel syndrome. Raw food might be a bit harsh, but in general, always consider adding herbs when you are on a healing journey. And I don't care what it is. If you are suffering from some kind of mental illness, some kind of mental depression, heal your gut. If you're dealing with something as simple as an over buildup of yeast or candida, heal your gut. And I promise you, it will make a world of difference, especially if you add the herbs with the diet. So today I want to talk about two of my other favorite herbs, which are also very tasty. One of them is licorice root. Licorice root is really excellent for the adrenals as well as the gut. It helps to soothe the gut lining. It helps with people who's dealing with gastritis, or if you're dealing with a lot of acid reflux. Licorice root is really good for that. Be aware, the active compound in licorice root is been known to raise blood pressure. So if you're someone who's dealing with low blood pressure all the time, then look into taking licorice root, because it may be something that can help you with that. But if you're someone who's already dealing with high blood pressure, then I would tread lightly with that one, because it has been known to raise your blood pressure. But it's really good for ulcers and digestion, and I love it because it has a mucus production, which means that it's like an antibacterial. So if you have an over buildup of bacteria in your gut, licorice root is really helpful for that, because it produces a lot of mucus, which soothes the gut lining, and in turn, it will help to eliminate. It's like how probiotics work with the gut flora. Licorice root is really good for that. It helps to alleviate heartburn and lots of other things. Like I said, it really does just mainly help with soothing the lining of the gut. Another one that I like, which we are all very familiar with, is fennel. fennel seeds. Fennel is the herb that gives the sausage, for those of you that like to eat sausage or remember what sausage tastes like. Fennel seeds is one of the key ingredients in sausage to help give it a certain kind of flavor. But fennel is really high in digestive enzymes. So, excuse me, if you're having issues with digestion, fennel. Fennel is really good for relaxing the stomach muscles, which helps to alleviate muscle cramps and stuff like that after you eat. If you deal with cramping a lot after you eat, you should definitely consider the foods that you're eating that are causing you the cramping. But if it's something that you just can't get to the bottom of, try drinking fennel seed tea. And you can do these also in a capsule form, a powder form, and a capsule as well. But one thing that I like to highlight about fennel, along with chamomile tea, it's really good for babies that are dealing with colic. I know that is a nightmare for a mom or a dad who has a child that is dealing with colic, because the baby's just uncomfortable and they're constantly crying because they just don't know what else to do. Try making your little baby some fennel tea. And if you need to do like double the water, so for example, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds to 1 cup of water for your baby, do 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds to 2 cups of water and give it to them that way. And you can just try giving it to them in a little dropper at first. If your child is, older children don't typically deal with colic. I was going to say you could put it in a bottle, but if it's a little baby, just put it in a dropper, and try and give it to them that way and see if that helps. I promise you that will make a difference. You can combine that with chamomile because, like I said, it relaxes the digestive system, which for chamomile, that's what it does for you, like to help you get to sleep. It just relaxes your muscles and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're dealing with any of these issues, combine these two together and they are a really great combination, a really good blend for all of the things that I mentioned. Gut flora, if you're dealing with an over buildup of bacteria, digestive enzymes, which is something that I suffered with for a little while. Before you go and buy the over-the-counter digestive enzymes, give fennel seed tea a try. If you're dealing with Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, the list goes on and on, gastritis, any of those things in your gut, give these two a try. And don't forget, if you're dealing with high blood pressure, tread lightly with the licorice root. But if you remember, they use licorice root for the black licorice. It has a very distinct flavor. And that's what it tastes like. And although black licorice is really nasty, but when you're drinking this in a tea form, it's really good. So you can add those together and have a great tasting tea. I hope this helps. Do your research. I always tell you to encourage you to do your own research. Don't just listen to me. If you're seeing a doctor, most doctors don't know very much about herbal healing. I'm going to tell you that now. So you may ask them if this is okay, but they might say no just because they don't know enough about it. I've had a doctor tell me, I don't know enough about that herb to tell you whether it's safe or not. But that's why I always encourage you to do your own research. So I hope this helps someone. Do me a favor, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and follow me on Instagram at The Earthy Oasis. Check out my Etsy shop at The Earthy Oasis and for your herbs and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment below. If you have any suggestions, if you've tried these teas, anything, then just leave me a comment, let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more. If there's a topic or a tea that you would like to know more about, leave it in the comments and let me know. I love you. See you next time.